and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. It is Monday. That means, guys, we are starting off with the new week. And with the new week always comes new Monday energies. Energies are very misplaced today. A lot of people feeling that, certain things are coming to pass, or things are, not playing out as they had wanted, or they're seeking different types of attentions in ways they wouldn't get it, and I just see that, a lot of people are, there's loneliness that is taking place, but then there's fear that's taking over. So the sadness walks through the door, and then the fear grabs hold. And when fear grabs hold, so do all the conspiracies that go with it. So then you find yourself thinking, well, what about this? Well, what if this lives it? What if this? What if that? What if? If you live in what if world, you're not living in the real world. Sometimes we have to let certain things in our lives play out, because even though it may not be what you want right now, when it comes down the line and you're trying to figure out everything that's coming and why did this happen, and then all of a sudden you were dating this guy, you didn't realize he was an idiot in tinfoil, you guys break up, and then 3 months down the road, here comes Prince Charming, knight in shining armor, and he's sweeping you off your feet, he's making you feel so good, and you just were like, whoa. And it would have never happened had you stayed with the idiot in tinfoil. Unless you're trying to hide from aliens, an idiot in tinfoil is not going to do you any good. So, just so you know, sometimes things happen, and we may not know why at the moment, but I definitely feel that if we allow things to play out as they should, and even get an idea, talk to your psychic advisor. It may be me, it may be Faith, it may be Emma, it may be Nikki, it may be one of the many psychics on My Psychic Connection. It could be psychics from other areas. But remember that, you're getting a glimpse into what is to come. Everything is based off your choices and free will. So if you see something or told something and you do something that they tell you not to do, even though it's going to happen on its own, and then all of a sudden you push it forward, you could turn that yes into a no. So be careful and listen to what's being said. So just make sure that you're not, because you want something and you're not willing to be patient, that you don't push your yeses into nos. And then in some cases, if we do certain things, and the psychic usually will tell you, like, hey, if you do this, you're going to turn this around. You're going to turn your no into a yes. Because sometimes it's something that we want. And at some point, if that's the case, then we can work on that. If it's workable. If it's not, we're going to say, run! Because that's what I do. I tell you to run, run, run. Get the hell out of that situation. Don't let it take over you. That's the main thing. So just know that these energies are out there right now. There's a wobble to the moon. This doesn't happen very often. Now it is going to continue to keep happening for the next 9 years. What happens when the moon is full? What does it do to the tides? It makes them bigger. With the wobble, it's tugging at our oceans. It's tugging at our lakes. It's tugging at the 80% water that your body is. Why do they show motion and water together? Because they move like water. They flow. So remember that. And if you can keep that in mind while you're going through certain things in your life, you'll have the know better than someone who doesn't know. And they don't know why they're acting like this. They don't know why their energy's like that. Well, now you know. Now you're in the know. So try to take a moment for yourself so you guys can move forward. Guys, remember, you guys can't jump the list, just a small donation. Remember, general reads and medical, we are not doing those. They tend to take too long, and medical, we're not doctors. You guys need to go see your doctors if you have that type of medical question. When it comes to mediumship, if you do not jump the list, you cannot have a mediumship reading. That is a rule. We just created that rule. We've been doing mediumship reading after mediumship reading after mediumship reading, and everybody just stopped jumping the list. Guys, jump the list helps us here, and it helps keep this show running. It, takes care of what we can so we can be here for you guys. And I'm going to tell you guys this too. For every jump received, we are going to take $1 out of that jump. We're going to send it to one of the children's hospitals. We think we're going with St. Jude Hospital for kids with cancer. We're going to start donating $1 for every jump that happens. That way we can start helping more people, even outside of doing readings. So we're really excited about that. But it is Monday, guys, so let's get started. I'm here with Emma Rose. Emma, what's up?
Hey, I'm great. How are you, Journey?
I'm doing amazing. Just sitting here letting everybody know what's going on and how we're doing this.
Yep, the moon is all about emotions, so keep that in mind.
Exactly. And it's definitely tugging at some people's heartstrings right now.
Oh, yeah, I feel like the strings are going to break, like a violin when you play it too hard.
Absolutely. I totally agree with there. It's a great analogy. All right. So, guys, as I was telling everybody, we're going to be doing a $1 donation. So I'm going to donate $1 every time we have a jump to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So we're going to, that's the charity in which we're going to go with here.
Aw, how generous.
So we will do different charities throughout the year. So guys, just bear with us as each time we'll tell you what our new charity is going to be. So remember that every time you jump, not only are you helping the website, but you're helping a kid in need as of right now. All right. So the first two on our list right now is I got Bella and then Belanca. So, Bella, go ahead and get your question ready. And Belanca, you'll be right after Bella. Yes, we said, yeah, we're gonna do a lot more fun things. So, guys, just bear with us as we work things together. Remember, guys, here's the awesome little kicker at the end of that too. Going into season 2 of MPC Live. When you guys jump, we're still going to donate that $1. But here's the even bigger thing. The person who jumps the most during that season from September until June of next year, that person will receive an iPad. So if you jump the most during our show, you're going to be the one that receives that Apple iPad. So
we pretty much know who that will be, but we're not giving it away.
I already know, but we're not going there. So hopefully they enjoy it, and let's get it going. All right, so let's see here. Bella is up first. So Bella says, what was my dream about? He cheated, and if he wants to say anything to me. Okay. So I'm assuming what you're asking is you had a dream that your husband cheated and you're wanting to know what he has to say. Now, in this dream, it was not him. That was not him. The thing about this dream is what came out to be him is because your mind was focused on him. Now, what I got with the dream is that you feel as though that if you walk away, if you don't hold on to these feelings, it's like cheating on him. It's like pushing him away. You would be incorrect. You live here. You live in the now. You live on this plane. He lives in that plane. He lives in heaven. He's here. He's visiting. He loves you. He cares about you. But he says you're finally starting to grieve. He said he saw a glimpse of grieving, upset, pissed off, finally starting to let go of those things that were holding you back. Always being the Power Ranger all the time. You cannot hold that stuff in. I'm very happy that you're starting to take the advice in which we're giving you. Now remember, there are many levels to grieving. You know, there's the happiness, there's the anger, there's the sadness, there's the remembrance, there's, you know, 1,000,001 different ways to feel it. But holding it back and pretending that something's not wrong is only going to lead to something bigger and worse. Because you're going to end up taking out that energy on someone who does not deserve it. You know, let's say, I'm going to use the name, Teresa steps on your big toe. Yes, it hurts. It pissed you off. But you have all this built up anger inside you because you're not grieving. You're holding back. So all of a sudden she steps on your toe. You're wanting to punch her in the throat and you're calling her every name in the book. She said sorry. She didn't mean to. She's a klutz. You know it. But you're not thinking on that page because why? All that anger comes flushing up. All it takes is something as simple but just enough to crack that bridge in half, and now you can no longer get back to the other side. Because all that emotion's flowing in between you and reality. Because you've decided that you're going to not process the things that are going on. He says that he loves you. He says that he cares about you. He knows that you're hurting. He knows you're in pain, but this is not what he wanted for you. This is not how he thought life would be. And of course, no one knows what life's going to be, because if it was written in a book somewhere, it wouldn't be called life. It'd be called my story. Instead of this is my life, this is my story, because it's just a story. So then you know, like, oh, I'll skip ahead and see what's about to happen in the next chapter. And then hope and pray that the author of the book changes the damn story because it's not something you like. It's not like that. That's why we live our lives, so we can experience. This is an experience for you. And as when he crossed over, he got the opportunity that all of us will get at some point. The thing is that opportunity is not for you yet, but you'll understand why, who, when, where, and how. Like, you will get it all. You'll understand why your life meant it was. Why did you go through the experiences you went through? When you reconnect with him. So this is the thing. He's there. He's waiting. He says he's got your back. He knows that you're upset. He knows that you're having some up and down weekend. The weekend was up and down for you. I mean, you just couldn't stop. It shows that it's flowing like crazy, like word vomit. And then you felt guilty afterwards after saying it. So be careful not to hold back, but let it out as he's wanting to. He wants you to. He wants you to let it out. He wants you to say what you need to say. You know? So you just have to continue to keep doing what you're doing and keep moving yourself forward, because that's where you're at right now. You're working on things. You're working towards the greater goods of your goals, and you're trying to build yourself back. But remember, those who are using you, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them out. Get them out. Kick them off the boat. I don't care if they can't swim. Kick them off the boat. Let them drown. If they're hurting you, get rid of them. As he says, you're letting certain people take advantage. That he's not proud of, but he said it's a lesson that you've needed to learn for a while. Lots of people take advantage of you. Stop letting them do that. You know who they are. Nip it at the bud. I'm going to throw this at Emma. Let's see what she's got for you. Emma, what do you got over there?
Okay, Bella, so basically what I'm getting right away, and I mean right away, is this whole song called Fix You by Coldplay. I know it's a major throwback, but that's the point. It's a throwback. Like, throw back to your old habits. Okay? It's one of those things of, lights will guide you home and ignite your phones, but I will try to fix you. Well, guess what? I'm going to let you know right now. Your husband is saying that I can't fix your emotions. Emotions are not meant to be fixed. They're meant to be felt. Why do you think they're called feelings? In the moment, feeling in the moment. And I feel like you lose track of that. And it's one of those things of you either live in the past or the future. And you're so worried. That's what the biggest stress is. You're either worrying about what happened before, what will happen after. You can't live in the moment. And honestly, what's the anchor of happiness? mindfulness. Okay, because when you're happy, you're not thinking about the past or the future. You're thinking about in the now. Why do they say frozen in time in your best moments? Okay, and when it came to the cheating part, it's more about you're so fearful of someone's going to leave you. You have abandonment, struggles in your life. And that's why people take advantage of you, because they see that in you and they're like, oh, I'm just going to use her to bring her in and kick her out. You know what I'm saying? And you're such a good person with such a huge heart of gold. And it's kind of like a robber. You give him the gold, but you don't get it back. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. And, like with the part where it said, and I will try to fix you. That's what people who try to take advantage of you do. They try to fix you. See how it's still messing? Like, fix. You're not fixing by doing this. You know what I'm saying? With the word you, it's up to you as to how you fulfill yourself. Okay, that's basically what it's about. Because fix and you don't line up together. Okay? And in the dream, if anybody were to screw you over or do you wrong, that's their problem. That's their loss, not yours. Okay? Because what did you lose besides giving something away that you knew could have been yours, like guide you home? You don't know what you have until it's or they're gone. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to call light and say guide you home and ignite your bones. You know what I'm saying? There's no of the I will try to fix you. It's okay. I'll help you, because the word try does not mean I am. You know what I'm saying? And you deserve so much better.
All right. Good stuff. Good information. Bella, I hope that helps. Thank you for your question tonight. All right, we got Belanca D next on the list, and then Bella has jumped again. So Bella, get your second question ready, and we'll go with that right after Belanca. Belanca, go ahead and throw us your question. She says yes and thank you.
Of course.
All right. Journey, with everything that has been happening, does my mom have something to tell me? I love her and miss her a lot right now. Okay, so you pretty much know what your mom's about to tell you. Is that you are giving more to one family than another. So, meaning you're doing more than just being emotionally supportive to his family. I know that you're being emotionally supportive of your biological family, but his family, you seem to be giving them more attention, even though they don't really want your attention. They want finances. So she's telling you to take a step back and take a look at what you would do for your biological family had they treated you the way his family's treating you. How would you consider that to be? She says that she loves you and she cares about you. She also wants you to continue to keep moving forward and doing what's best for you. And that she just told me that something I told you earlier today is sinking in. And it's been sinking in slowly, but again, when I repeated it today, it really made you feel like, I can do this. I'm on the right path. I just got to make sure I make the choices wiser. So that's okay. We all stumble. We all fall. They do it one time, shame on them. Twice, shame on you. Third time, you shouldn't let it happen again. There shouldn't be a third time. She says, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. She knows. She knows where your heart was. And that she wanted to let you know that she knew where your heart was. Your husband also said, that's not something I would do because you know who they are. I'm not saying don't be there for them as family or keep the kids from them, but don't let them take advantage. Your mom also said this is a time in your life where you're going to have to play mom and dad. It's going to be a harder role for you as you've only played mom. Now you've got to be dad too. That means mom's usually the one that'll let you get away with a little bit more. Unless you're a girl, then you're daddy's girl, then daddy will let you get away with a little bit more. The thing about it is that you're going to have to find a way, and your mom is telling me to tell you this now, because she found this out the hard way herself, is to treat the kids equally. Try not to show favoritism to one over the other. If one is struggling in a certain area of their life, let's find out what the problem is. So that's what she's saying. She's really giving you a lot, like a mom lecture right now. So she's just saying lots of things. She says, you're doing great, but sometimes you're feeling guilty for it. She says, I just missed. I feel I tuned her out of my mind. No. She says, I can scream louder than you think. She says, oh, yes, laugh out loud. I'm on it, Journey. Thank you. I'm guilty. Well, don't feel guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty. Just like, let's say, I'm going to use the animal kingdom. You know, in the world today, we're not allowed to do anything. If you do anything to a child, you know, if you yell at them the wrong way, if you look at them the wrong way, someone's going to say something, and you got everybody on your ass because you did something. In the animal kingdom, when a dog has puppies and the puppy starts acting like a little shithead, what does the mom do? She doesn't say, no, if you don't, I'm not going to give you any breast milk today. No. She bites this little ass. He stops doing it. So there are times where you got to be tough, and then there's times where you can be gentle and kind. But you got to work on your toughness. Because I think sometimes your toughness can come off a little too tough on things that don't need that type of aggression. And there are times where things aren't getting enough attention. So just make sure you're staying on that and allowing yourself to move forward and to find your balance. You're doing good. You've made a lot of stride, and you're doing awesome. But your mom is saying she loves you. You're doing good, but there's just a few little pointers that she wanted to point out from you, because she said she heard you earlier today asking for help. She says, laugh out loud, yes. And then she says, oh man, Journey, you're on point. Thank you. I'll tell it to your mama. She's the one listening to what you were saying earlier today. She says you were talking to her, you were asking her, you were talking to your husband, and you were pissed off at his family, but you were not pissed off like in the way of I'm going to beat their ass, more along the lines of I'm pissed off and I'm hurt, and it saddens me that this is what they've done. So just know, treat his family no differently than you treat your family, in the same way that you're going to treat your children. Don't treat the boys any differently than you're going to treat the girls. So I want you to find your balance in all aspects. Once you can do that, you'll find yourself with a little less stress. And then when you feel your emotions of missing myself or your husband, this is her words, I'm just repeating, they won't hit you as hard, and you won't find yourself stumbling backwards. I'm going to pass this over to Emma. I know she's got some good energy over there for you. So Emma, what do we got?
Okay, Blanca. So basically, I have a very important piece I'm going to fill in here. So basically, when it comes to being the role of mom and dad, Spirit is really letting you know straightforward that, do not fix your broken heart by tying strings together with somebody else to find that other person just to fill that void. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're very lonely, you're very sad, and you feel like you're on your own, like stranded on a ship, far away from an island where the party is. And you seem like the type that's like the party animal. You like to go, hey, like really get energized. And I feel like now that you're kind of out of your comfort zone, you're like, man, I want to go to the second closest island in hopes to find a guy there and fill that void of sadness and everything. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you right now, and my magic wand will tell you this too. So basically, what I'm trying to say to you is, love is not about filling in a void. Love is about sharing joy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're not ready at all, honestly, to share love and joy because you have that void in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It is there, and it's heavy, it's deep, and it's strong, and it bothers you a lot, and you push it aside a lot. But the only way to get that over with is to fight it with everything you got. Walk through hell with a smile, sweetheart. That's the best you can do. You are so strong. Pick yourself up again, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Okay? Literally keep on going. No
She
matter
said,
what.
yes, you're right. Oh my God, wow, I'm not ready.
Yes, exactly. You are not ready. Okay? Do not get in the roller coaster without putting your seatbelt on at least. Don't even jump in that roller coaster. You've done that too many times. You know, true love cannot be justified. That's how you know that, you know, you have a void is when you're justifying love. Like, yeah, I know he's the one, but I tried. Like, no. Okay, love at first sight is the only type of love that exists. There's no, oh, I want to get to know him. Oh, it's going to be okay. But he just drives me bonkers when he puts the bananas on top of the freezer. Like that, you won't be complaining. Even with the stuff you don't appreciate about that person, you won't be like talking and ranting on and on about how he puts the bananas on top of the freezer instead of the fridge. It's that, if anything, it's going to make you love him more. You know what I'm saying? And you're not anywhere close to doing that. You're so worried about controlling other people and feeling like you don't have any control over yourself. You're very reactive at the moment. And that's understandable. However, you gotta be a trooper and move forward. There's an African proverb that goes, if there's no enemy within the outside enemy, can do you no harm. And that's what you're working on a lot.
All right. Good stuff. She says, you're good. Thank you.
You're welcome, Blanca.
All right, Blanca. Thank you so much. All right, Bella. Bella, go ahead and throw us your next question. And Joe K, get your question ready. You will be next. All right. Bella says, needing more words from him, if anything is there. Okay, so the thing when it comes to giving you more words from him is that he's wanting you to release. And those were his words. And that's why I was telling you these words. Is because he wants you to let this out. He wants you to feel what you need to feel. Those were the words coming from him. This wasn't me explaining it to you. This was me telling you what he was saying. He's also saying that, that I'm seeing here in the evening times, being with you, you're hearing certain things. He's moving certain things around. He's trying to get your attention with certain numbers that have meaning. Pay attention to these meanings if you're seeing the triple digits or, double digits or, a repeating number, even if it's just one. Let's say you keep seeing the number 7. Number 7 just keeps popping up all day long. And then it's like 777 and number 7 and 7 again and then 7 again, 7 again. And you're like, what in the hell is with number 7? It's a sign he's trying to repeat. So if you don't understand what that means, then go ahead and message us. We'll be more than happy to tell you what that number means. Telling you he's loved you. He wants you to be kind to yourself. He wants you to let go. He wants you to take care of yourself. Take care of the household itself. Take care of the initial household. So whoever's under that roof is who you need to be worried about at this moment. Do not worry about the outside world. You can care about them, but they need to give you time. And I feel like you've really put a lot of energy into helping everybody else out right now. And that's wonderful and that's beautiful. And you can get back to doing that, but you need to take care of yourself. That's taking a hot shower, giving yourself that 15 minutes for the day, just allowing yourself to feel. When it comes to him, he's been watching you, he's been hearing you, and he wants you to know everything is forgiven. I was forgiven. I want you to be able to forgive me. I forgive myself. He gets to see life from a different perspective. He doesn't get to see it from the 2D that we are seeing it here. We see everything a certain way, and it comes to certain aspects, and we don't realize, even though you may be getting upset or you might be venting right now, he doesn't take it to heart. He doesn't. He says he's sorry, but he doesn't want you to hold anything back. Let it go. His main concern is about your mental health, because he feels like it's more along the lines of being heard, but no one's actually listening. So they're hearing you, but they're not listening. And he's showing here new friendships that have been brought forward. He's showing me here that these are good connections. He's telling me about food, eating. You're not eating properly. I don't feel like you're eating correct. Your anger or your sadness, your grieving is taking hold over the way you eat, your appetite. He says, try to allow yourself something small. He worries about you when you do things like that. Um, he's kind, he's very kind, but he said he didn't always come out that way. The way he worded things was not exactly how he wanted to pronounce them. That's not the way he wanted them to be. He says that, I may came off a little tougher than I should have. And I could have been a lot nicer. I could have been more, I could have communicated my words a little bit better. I could have spent more time. Because I keep seeing that he was he liked to do his own thing. I feel like he keeps showing me him doing his own thing. And you guys, when you're not saying that you didn't spend time together, just that he would like to go off and do his own thing, almost like he'd like to spend time by himself, and then he would come back around. But the thing about it is now he wishes he spent more time. That is a regret. But he's not unhappy that took place because of his early departure. This was not in your guys' plans. He said that there are other things coming, and he says that there's money coming. Things you didn't know about coming are on their way. So keep an ear out. Keep your eyes on the prize, he said. Keep focusing, keep doing, but let out your angers, let out your sorrows, let out your sadnesses. He wants you to be happy, but he knows he can't do that. He tries not to interfere too much. And he says that there are other things that you're being told. He says this, you're being told other things by people who are not talking about me. So be careful. I'm going to tell you this. He loves you. He sits with you. He watches you. He protects you. He says he wouldn't have it any other way. He wants you to be happy. But he knows it's going to take time. And he's not expecting you to go out in the dating field right now. He wants you to focus on you as number one. And then you can go from there. You fix you, you can fix everything else around you because you've always been a fighter. I'm going to pass this over to Emma.
Okay, Emma? So given how, emotions have been high, music has been coming in a lot because music expresses your emotions, right? And what I'm getting for you right now is part of the bridge of the song Every Rose Has Its Thorn, which is she found somebody new and that I never meant that much to you, and to see that tears me up inside, and to see you cuts me like a knife. Okay, and that's exactly how he's feeling when it comes to you wanting to get into dating. He knows you're tempted, and he's saying that you're basically going to shove him aside if you do, because you're that person who will say, oh, into the new, forget everybody else, forget this, forget that. You know what I'm saying? When really, you have to take the positivity with everything. You know what I'm saying? Not live in the past, but take the positivity from the past into the present with you. Why do you think it's called the present? Because it's a gift. You know what I'm saying? And, when it comes to, and it tears me up inside, and to see you cuts me like a knife, that's basically this way of saying it's hurting me. It's ripping me apart. Not knife as in literally, but as a simile of like a knife. Like, it's really tearing me up and it's hurting me. And in a way, he's jealous that you're happy without him, or at least trying to be happy without him. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the 5D, people get jealous. People have their emotions. That doesn't change. Because they're spiritual beings having a human experience. It's just a little different from psychics versus other people. But anyways, we are spiritual beings have a human experience. So therefore, the spirit, when it goes to the 5D, the same thing's going to happen. And he's basically saying, like, with your mental health, when I see you cuts me like a knife, he's saying, try to not think about those things about wanting to end something, that's something to talk to a therapist about. But I feel like it's really getting serious, and your eating patterns are not healthy. I feel like you're overeating, then fasting the next day. You know what I'm saying? These are things you have to consult with the doctor, though. I'm not a therapist. None of that. I don't have a degree. I'm not an MD. None of that. That is my disclaimer. But, it's kind of like, he knows when you'll find somebody new. He hopes that he means a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's kind of like the dusk before the dawn. You are rising up, but you're kind of like the cowgirl who sings a sad song of them. Like, you're a beautiful cowgirl. You're sitting high on your horse. You're doing super well, but yet you're continuing to sing this really sad song. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the trouble, is you're trying so hard to be happy, but you're stuck singing this sad song, and you don't know how to sing the sad song correctly with all your heart, with all your mind, so you can get to the good stuff. Because part of that is when you sing the sad song, activate that. Really show yourself and the audience, depending on what the situation is, but mainly show yourself first. Okay? Show yourself first and sing it with all your might and how sad you are. Let them know how sad you are. Shout it from the rooftops, because that's the best way you can express yourself, is through music and art. Okay? I feel like that'd be very beneficial for you. Talk to a therapist as well.
All right. Oh, thank you so much there, Bella. I hope that helps. The words that we were asking for him, when we start to explain that situation to you, just know that these things are coming from him. He's letting you know. He's giving you that expression so you hear those things. So get ready for that, because they are hard to take in sometimes. And she said yes. You are welcome, sweetheart. You hang in there. I know this is tough. We are here for you no matter what. Just, keep us informed. We'll help you through it. And if you don't want to always talk to us here on the lives, you can always go to mypsychicconnection.com and talk to us one-on-one. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break, but after the break, I'm going to need Joe Kinney to get their question ready, because you are next on the list. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, and we are back. All right, we got Joe Kinney that's up next. After Joe Kinney is going to be Pug Mama. Pug Mama, get your question ready. And then we'll take a couple more here. All right, so Joe Kinney says, is my job safe, or should I get ready for unemployment? Several of us are worried about employment safety. So what I keep seeing here that's focused around employment safety has a lot to do with things going on currently, this involving the virus, the pandemic, the things that are going on today that are forcing people in certain areas of their work to have to do certain things that they're not willing or wanting to do. They need to take a look, take a step back, look at something, and do something for yourselves. If you're worried about vaccines and things like that, and I feel like this is part of that reason as to why this seems to be a bigger problem. You know, vaccines have been being worked on for a really long time. A lot of these things that are in the current vaccine are things that have been in motion for over 25 to 30 years, believe it or not. And they took a bunch of these together and created something that's helping out. So if that's something that you're worried about, take a look at the research. Don't listen to the propaganda and the garbage. Not you have to take it, la la la, or the it's the devil, blah blah blah. Don't listen to that shit. Don't listen to what's pretending to be the angel, what's pretending to be the devil, or vice versa. Don't look at that stuff. Take in the knowledge and the information for yourself. Do your own research on those types of things. When it comes to your employment, I do believe it's going to continue. I don't feel that you're going to lose your employment. I'm telling you right now, I feel as though that there's a bunch of tug and pull and a bunch of people talking a bunch of smack, but I don't feel like it's going to take you away from your job, because right now is not the time for them to be losing employees, but cherishing the ones they do have and moving forward. I do know that they are talking something that is making it seem like people are going to lose their jobs, but I'm going to tell you right now, that is not the case. I feel as though that they are trying to get you motivated to do something that they want. So just know that and keep that with you. So remember, they're talking things that don't make sense. Go ahead, do your own research, figure it out. But I feel like things are good. I'm going to pass this over to Emma. Emma, what do you got?
So basically, I feel like it has a lot to do with the Delta variant of the virus, which comes from the country of India. And I feel like that's kind of where they're panicking a little bit, but I don't see you losing your job or anything like that at all. I feel like it's one of those things of you're worrying so much to the point you're spinning your wheels and you're like so stuck in the cycle to the point you can't see anything. It's kind of like being in a hamster wheel and you're spinning it so fast, right? To the point you can't see where you're going. And then you're like, oh, shoot, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, still here. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of shows you stay in the present moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, I'm still here? Like, I didn't time travel? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this magic wand could help, but hey, that's not the case here. Anyways, you know, I feel like people are just a little panicked due to spiritual awakening, and they're kind of spiritually asleep. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, given how they timed, you know, COVID and lockdown and everything, like, obviously the virus is real. I can tell you that. But look at how they timed it, and look at how they time framed it, and how they sectioned everything out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the people that are at your employment site are very spiritually asleep, and you're starting to awaken a little bit, but you're kind of afraid to awaken because of who you're around. But here's the thing, trends are not always good for you. I told somebody else this last week. No more trends for you, okay? Because clearly they're hurting you, and most trends actually hurt people without them knowing. That's part of spiritual awakening is they want you to be like, oh, this is the new it girl. But guess what? Let me tell you something, sweetheart. The it girl always stands alone, even in cartoons, even in movies. There's a reason why she's always standing alone, because she does her. She doesn't follow the trends. If anything, she makes the trends. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think those people stand alone? And being alone is not a bad thing, okay? Being alone means you're showing strength and happiness and self-fulfillment. You're not attention-seeking, because the biggest turn-on of them all is to be yourself and be able to hold your own. Okay, especially in a work site when it's a huge turn on for your coworkers or romantic interest, whatever it may be. That's a major turn on, so keep doing you. And make sure to stay awake.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for your question. tonight. You are safe. Don't worry. Just like I said, take a look at what's going on. Do the research yourself, but don't listen to the he said, she said. Take it for what you know it to be. She goes, oh. She says, oh.
What did she say?
Well, she said thank you, but I don't know where it went. There it is.
Awesome.
Thank you, Journey and Emma. You guys are right on.
Of course, no problem.
Absolutely, sweetheart. All right. So we got Pug Mama here. And Pug Mama says, felt a sort of icky energy for about a week that seems attached to this community. What do you see on this and for me personally and the rest of the year? So, you know, what I got with that, the sticky energy, so we're getting close to the thick of things. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. They've had break after break after break. Coronavirus gave them a break so they didn't have to go to court. Other things gave them a break because they stretched it out. Now we're getting to the grimy part. Because of all the breaks that they had, they're feeling pretty confident that nothing's going to happen. And because nothing is going to happen in their minds, now they get to be gross again. And so now they're turning things. They're stirring the pot. So now the he said, she said, it kind of coincides with what Joe was just going through, was the he said, she said, the turning people against one another and, you know, attacking one another and doing all of that. So the thing about it is that being a part of this, being in this situation, you're kind of sitting there going, I know something's brewing. My spidey sense is picked up. I can feel the vibration. People are acting a little bit differently. It's not kind of how I thought it was going to be. And so, yeah, we're seeing people acting a little shitty, turning on one another. You're seeing people bicker a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And people being shady. So with that being said, and you're seeing and feeling these different types of energies, just stand back. Let people talk and just be like, really? You know, like, you're interested, but in reality, you are not interested. You could give two shits, to be honest. So what you're seeing is that the people at the office causing, you know, chaos, and it's her. It's the wife. She's the one stirring the pot because she's getting ahead, you know, the big head. And I'm going to tell you right now, she feels a lot safer than what she should. Because it's all about to turn around and bite her in her ass. And I hope orange is her favorite color, because she's going to be sporting a whole hell of a lot of it. I don't know. It looks like a jumpsuit from head to toe. So, I hope she's into onesies. And I hope orange matches her eyes, because that's where she's going. You cannot do what she's done, and she can't think that she can get away with it. Because what she did was federal. So that's much higher up. And that's going to end up making them leave. They're going to have to sell. And I'm telling you right now, you'll be happy when they do. Because when the person that comes in that takes over comes through, it's going to be so much nicer. The riffraff will be gone. The taking care of things will be done. And a happier, more happier area. Your neighbors will be good. Everybody's going to be good. It's going to be a nicer community just because of that. She goes, I'd pay to see that person jumpsuit. Oh, don't worry. It'll be right there. Everybody's going to be looking it up. And they're all going to make a little bit of laugh out of it. Because when they actually take her to jail, it's there. She will be there. She'll be wearing them silver bracelets, and it will not be pretty. Well, everybody else will think it's funny, but she will not be pretty. You can't hurt people and think you're going to be able to get away with it. Eventually, karma does catch up to you, and it waits for the perfect moment when you're at your most vulnerable. It may not be what you did to somebody else that's what's going to nab you in the ass. It's going to be what is your most vulnerable moment, because what's vulnerable for somebody else isn't what's vulnerable for you. So it's going to come at you in a different way. She goes, sure, there will be dancing in the streets here. Absolutely. It'll be like, ding dong, the bitch is gone. They'll be happy. But I'm going to pass this over to Emma and see what she's picking up for you. Emmy?
Okay, so basically what I'm getting is the song Zombie covered by Bad Wolves. Like, what's in your head, zombie? You know what I'm saying? And at the end they say, yeah, you. And I feel like the yeah, you part is pointing at you as well, but in a very different way. Yeah, you, like, what are you going to do to help make this community a better place? Yeah, you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you as to how the community will perceive this. It's totally up to you. You're the ringleader here. You call the shots. You know, you're Britney Spears. You're the runner of the circus here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you get to make the funny meme. Spirit is saying, how about you pull out that meme? You know what I'm saying? Come on, like, break out the app and create a meme and watch that stuff blow up. You know, because she already blew up herself, and clearly it's going to be the new look. You know, so this is what I mean by, like, this is a good example of trends are not always good for you, because look at what happens. You know, that's a very obvious slap in the face of, this is why we don't do these things. This is why an orange jumpsuit is not fashionable. You know,
it really isn't the new black.
I'm sorry, what?
I said it really isn't the new black.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, like, it's one of those things of black goes with everything. Black is timeless. But orange, it's not the timeless you want. Because you serve that time. You know what I'm saying? In those shackles and bracelets, no, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? She's not going to like it. She won't. What were you going to say, Journey? I'm sorry.
No, I just laughed. I was just laughing at that moment.
Yeah, because it's just like, there's no such thing as it's the new look. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll be rocking it, but literally she's going to fall on her face and realize, oh my gosh, karma really did bite me in the butt. Like, oh Lord, like, here we go. And you're going to be the one directing the circus and fixing the circus. And everybody's going to be doing a dance out in the street like, yes, she's gone. Go, 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 go. You know, I'm feeling you guys will be very relieved for sure. Doing the conga line for sure, kicking your feet up in the air, getting good for.
Absolutely. All right.
Humor on this.
All right, Pug Mama, I hope that helps. All right, well, let's keep on going. We got Blanca D next. Blanca, go ahead and throw us your question. After Blanca D, I think that is actually Blanca's our last question of the night, because I just realized what time it was. Man, that flew by. I can't wait till we get back to our 2-hour shows in season 2. That way we can get and reach more people, guys. Remember, each time you guys donate, we're going to send $1 to St. Jude. We'll be doing that, and we'll be doing that through season 2 as well. All right, Blanca D, she says, I do miss having someone to talk to. I am lonely. I am a tough mom. I just miss my best friend, Robert. Touching another is scary, but I've always been an outgoing person. I'm still that person as I start to remember. I miss laughing at his jokes, even smiling. Well, you know, Blanca, you don't have to forget those jokes. You know, you need to look at things at this point. You need to look at him this way. He's no longer in pain. He's no longer suffering. And I know that's something you wanted for him for as long as you guys were together. You know, he had some issues that brought him pain. They made him miserable. But you guys did what you guys had to do in order to pass the time and to make things right with one another. Jokes all the time. You know, there was the little pokes at each other. You guys had a great time. You know, but there was your moments of sadness. There were your moments of anger. Just like every relationship, they have them all. But, you know, saying that, you know, you miss your best friend, he was more than your best friend. He was your lover. He was your partner. He was someone that you were wanting to spend the rest of your life together with. Well, you did one thing right. You spent every moment with him that you could for the rest of his life. Now, does this mean it's going to make it easier for you to feel? It isn't. But it is something to take a look at and look at it from that perspective. Remember the happy times. Remember the good times. But you have other best friends. They're babies. They're your babies. Your kids. You have to be a mom, but you can be a friend too. But you got to know when to step in and be a mom. I know that you are tough in certain areas. But you need to remember that you got to treat them all equally, and they all don't feel that they're being treated equal. They feel that others are getting away with stuff that the other ones can't. So just remember that. So make sure you try to treat them to the best of their abilities to an equal part, but also make sure when they ask why the other one can, I know they're at different ages, and say, well, when you get to that age, you'll be allowed to do these types of things, but currently you're still too young. And they'll roll their eyes, but that's being a good mom. But then there's that time, just like you did, you took him to a theme park. You know? These are the things that he sees you doing. These are the things that make him proud. This is why he trusts you with his children. You were out of every person on the planet that he could have had children with, you were chosen. Why? Because he trusts you. Why? Because he loves you. Why? Because he still loves you. He still trusts you. He sees what you're doing. He doesn't like that you're upset. He doesn't like that you're hurting. But he also doesn't want to be the center of your pain either. He says, how am I the center of your love if I'm also the center of your pain? I'm either in one place or the other, but I can't be at both places at the same time. So you need to let go of the fact that he may not, he's not here physically. You're going to have to slowly let that go. And it's easier said than done. I get it. But you need to know that not everybody gets the inkling or the idea or the understanding that the person that they love is still standing beside them, whether they want to know that or not. You get to know. You talk to me, you talk to Faith, you talk to everybody who, will listen. They give you that. He wants you happy. And your happiness may come in different forms. Even being with somebody, let's say being with another, having a partner after, his separation at this point. Because that's all this is right now, is separation until it's time for you to cross over. And guess who you're going to meet at them pearly gates? Give you one guess, the first one don't count. So, you know who's going to be there. You know who's going to walk you through. You know who's going to help you understand and see, just like he was understood and he got the opportunity and, he was greeted by family. Just like you will be. She goes, oh my God, Journey, I never saw it like that. He's always with you. He's always with you. He's with your children. Every day that you wake up and you see your son, you see who? You see him. You said to me the other day, Journey, every time I look at stuff, I see him. Look at that. Every time I see something, I see him. That shows you how much of an impression that he's put in this world for you to notice, and every simple thing, something about Robert. That's a pretty amazing skill, I have to say. And that's something you should be proud of, thankful for, and excited that you got to be a part of. And we'll continue once it's your turn to go play on the other side. Just don't drive me nuts and stay out of my bathroom. I'm going to pass this over to Emma. Emma, what do you got?
Oh, Blanca, I feel like there's something you're holding on to that still makes you very angry. I feel like you still have a lot of anger. I feel like he's like, why do you love me? But at the same time, you're kind of hating me because I'm the center of your pain, and love and pain do not intermingle. There's no such thing as tough love. If you really think about it, I mean, love is not always gentle, but at the same time, it's one of those things of, you know, you got to be straightforward, but not like, oh, I got to be tough and I got to hold up the pride and ego, because love is not about pride and ego. They don't intermingle either. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things about, you know, you just have to let the past go and let the crap go. You know what I'm saying? Even if it means like writing it all in a bottle and sending it down a river or burning it up. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. It's pretty self-explanatory. I shouldn't have to say much about this, Blanca, because you know what to do. You're very intelligent. You just got to put it into action. Stop waiting. You know, that's all there is to it.
All right. Well, Blanca, I hope that helps you. And, you know, I know that you're still grieving yourself. And I know that Bella's another person who is grieving at the moment.
Your losses.
You know, and we do apologize that you lost those people, but you didn't lose them forever. This is like a really shitty trip that they're on, that they have zero cell phone reception unless they're around. So basically take the cell phones out of the equation and welcome back to payphones, where you've got to find a medium that can connect to them. So that's basically where you're at. So you may not always get to physically connect to them, but you do get the words from them. And then that sometimes, not always do they want to come through, because they also want to give you guys the time to grieve and give you guys that understanding. So they don't want to be the center of your sadness. They want to be the center of your happiness. They want to see you be able to, yes, they understand you're going to grieve. They understand you're going to miss them, as they physically miss being with you too. But at the same time, they want you to know that we protect you. We care for you. We want to take care of you to the best of our ability from where we're standing today. Just know that they may not always come through with words, and they want you to have that a little bit of a separation sometimes, just for you to, you know, all right, they're not gone, but they're staying quiet. They want me to heal. They want you to heal. Both men do. So
Absolutely.
Don't get upset if you talk to somebody and they're like, I am not picking them up at all. That's not because they don't want to be heard. It's because they're not wanting to be heard, because they're giving you that moment to say, you know, this really is what it is. It's, you know, they're on the other side. I'm not always going to get them. I'm not always going to be able to connect with them. Because talking to spirit is not like picking up a cell phone going, hey, yeah, I want to talk to Chuck. Oh, yeah, Chuck Smith.
Press 7 to talk to Taylor.
Yeah, no, he died in 2020. No, that's not him. Keep going. This is not how that goes.
Press
You know,
0 to talk to Josh.
exactly. But Spirit will come through with messages and give you understanding of what's going on and why you need that at that moment. So, you know, just hang in there. You guys are both loved. Both men are standing beside you guys, and they want you to stand strong. They know you guys are strong women, and they know that you guys are amazing, and that no matter what God throws at you, it's not something that you can't handle. It's just how we go about handling it.
Things happen for you, not to you. Walk through hell with a smile, and you'll get to the good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of our show. Please tune in tomorrow night. We're going to be here with Nikki Taylor. And then, again, right after our show, 30 minutes after the show, we're going to be here with Nikki Taylor again, with Divine Tide with Nikki Taylor. Until then, this is Journey Ryan and Emma Rose signing off. You guys have a beautiful night, and we'll see you tomorrow.